Now, Jamaica, we are in an election year. Are we, Jamaica? Courtney, we're in an election year, no, sir?
Definitely.
And in an election year, are you aware that wage negotiations are going on? Are you aware that wage negotiations are going on, Courtney and Jamaica?
Yeah.
Listen to this bangarang with the wage negotiation. Listen to this. Listen to this, Jamaica. Listen to this.
Active for the good of our nation.
Good evening, I'm Deidre Ann Gordon with the latest Radio Jamaica news. Wage talks between the Minister of Finance and the island's trade unions representing public sector workers have started on a sour note. This after the Finance Minister submitted its counter-offer to the Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions last Thursday. The JCTU submitted its 2025-27 fringe and wage benefits claim to the government last November, seeking an increase of 15% in year 1 and 10% in year 2. But the Minister of Finance in its counter-offer submitted to the Confederation last week requested a 4-year contract. The Finance Ministry has reportedly offered an increase of 0% in year 1, 2.5% in year 2, 2.5% in year 3, as well as 2.5% in year 4, a total 7.5% increase over 4 years. President of the JCTU, St. Patrice Ennis, told Radio Jamaica News that the offer was strongly rejected by the unions in a letter sent on Friday to Finance Minister Fayval Williams. He says his members are unhappy and the Confederation has requested an urgent meeting with the Finance Minister. Wage negotiations between parties were scheduled to begin in March, but the government had requested a delay in the talks until the end of April.
No, Courtney. You did not hear that? Fayval is telling the public sector workers to that them not getting any increase in year 1. 0% increase.
In year 1.
0% increase, Jamaica. In year 1.
So she tell them.
Now you recognize why Nigel run, Courtney.
Yeah.
Now you understand why Nigel run. Fayval go look pan the people, tell them say them going to get 0% increase. Fayval look pan the public sector workers and tell them, Jamaica, the nurse, the doctors, the teachers, the fireman, the police, the soldier, them, the administrative staff, them, the secretary, all of them, something there. 0% in an election year, and then she said between year 1 to year 4, it accumulatively going to be 7.5%. So now let them get the 7.5% one time. 2%, 0.that%, 3%. But wellness and in government and the parliamentarians and the governor general we can't even walk. 300% increase. Wicked and caring set of people. Can you imagine them? I am confident, no Courtney. I am confident the Labour Party don't want a third term. I am now confident that the only thing that Andrew Wall is trying to do is to see to it that he don't go to prison.
No. Tomorrow no Labour, tomorrow Labour Day.
Labour wicked.
Labour wicked. Out of the mouth of babes. Out of the mouth of babes and suckling. The picnic say Labour wicked. Courtney, there is no way. Producer, play back the clip because I don't think people hear. Play back the clip. I don't think people hear when you. Hey. Play back the clip, the producer.
for the good of our nation.
Good evening, I'm Deidre Gordon with the latest Radio Jamaica news. Wage talks between the Minister of Finance and the island's trade unions representing public sector workers have started on a sour note. This after the Finance Minister submitted its counter-offer to the Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions last Thursday. The JCTU submitted its 2025 to 27 fringe and wage benefits claim to the government last November, seeking an increase of 15% in year 1 and 10% in year 2. But the Minister of Finance in its counter-offer submitted to the Confederation last week requested a 4-year contract. The Finance Ministry has reportedly offered an increase of 0% in year 1, 2.5% in year 2, 2.5% in year 3, as well as 2.5% in year 4, a total 7.5% increase over 4 years. President of the JCTU, St. Patrice Ennis, told Radio Jamaica News that the offer was strongly rejected by the unions in a letter sent on Friday to Finance Minister Fayval Williams. He says his members are unhappy and the Confederation has requested an urgent meeting with the Finance Minister. Wage negotiations between parties were scheduled to begin in March, but the government had requested a delay in the talks until the end of April.
Who remember I tell you, Courtney, that the wage talk going mash them up in the election?
Remember both, bro?
Who remember when I said that the wage talks going mash them up in the election?
No money.
Jamaica. The government workers say in year 1 they want 15%. And in year 2 they want 10%. Cumulatively, they must say them want 25% increase. Fayval come back to them and say, in a 2025, I can't give an increase. 2026, I can give you 2.5. 2027, I can give you 2.5. And 2028, I can give you 2.5. Cumulatively, 7.5%. With inflation on the rise and cost of living on the rise, Jamaica. That 2.5% is when we say near more true inflation, and cost of living.
You know, I get nothing for that year, yeah.
And Fayval is saying to the people, she's reporting what her master tell her, She's reporting what her master tell her. Because her master tell her nothing them cannot get. Nothing them cannot get. Remember, Ripsy, Mr. Marshall call. I feel make Mr. Marsh talk. Because people... Yes, Papa Marshy.
What a bam bam.
Mm-hmm.
What a bam bam.
Bam bam did them. Bam
I want you know this man. No trouble, no. Let me tell you something,
Yes.
Me tell you about zeroologists,
Zeroologists. Yeah.
See one of them, yeah? Work out your salary to nothing. And when it reaches year 2, the way how inflation behaving, it will be 0 again for year 2.
What you said?
It's going to be 0 again for year 2. The people, they are a set of zeroologists.
Zeroologists. Can you imagine?
Zeroologists.
Papa Marshy, can you imagine? She had the moral decadence we come to the people and tell us that they're not getting not even $1 in year 1. Not even $1.
And then walk up and down and tell me how the economy doing well.
Yes, good economic management can
Mighty God.
But Marshy.
Well, may I come, Andrew?
Yeah.
May I come? The Prime Minister referred to the PNP as a dog. And guess what them a do? Them a tease the dog,
Yeah, them a tease the dog.
Them a tease the dog. And the dog is going to bite. Especially the pit bull. You understand? These are the danger. Zero.
And I'm going to say to you, Marshy, may I say this to you? Me there a KPH what there, yeah. And me see one doctor just walk out. And the doctor depend. The doctor literally start cuss. You can see the frustration, Jamaica.
Yes.
Pan the doctor. The doctor cuss some clot there. The doctor say, me done, Tara, me done. Marshy.
Nah, no tools to work with.
Nah, I've nothing to work with, Marshy.
Nothing. Not even Catinal, them have not the hospital sometimes, you know. Not even Panadol, them have not the hospital sometimes. They're not aligning to work with, they're not addressing. And Christopher, let me tell you something, you know. You know some of them people have violence producer.
Yeah.
When Christopher Tupton come talk about the health sector not in crisis, you know what sort of violence them have stir up in our people? These people is terribly in a man. How can we live in a country with them set of people here? No wonder. And then you have one next one, them broad out team out to come talk about them now surrender. And them upset. They're upset because report to me, you know, me get report. So they're upset to the gun them where they find on a team constituency. They're upset to the police to find the gun them, you know.
Oh Lord, really, Marshy?
Yeah, me I wonder why them upset that them find them gun there. And then when me hear team argument about not surrendering to the PNG, then people are look trouble.
But Marshy, it is very worrying a trend to know that these people are going to say to the public sector workers that in year one, you're getting no money. Mr. Marsh, they're not taking into consideration what is happening between Israel and Iran. They're not taking into consideration what is happening in Ukraine and Russia. They're not taking into consideration what is happening in the United States and all of these oil producing countries, Mr. Marsh. Mr. Marsh, it is worrying and a tone-deaf approach when a government can look at its public sector workers and say to them, over 4 years, we're only going to be able to give you 7.5%. Can you believe, Mr. Marsh? And then the said government, remember, Fayval is receiving almost $27 million for the year, you know. As finance minister who looks at the country and said you could use a $2,000 pay down on a pro box. You remember the pro box minister? When people see the $2,000 these days, you know what they call it? Fayval.
What has it has, and let me tell you something, you know, the JLP is full of so much tricks, and the PNP must start explaining things to people right now, you know, because the JLP leaving the country in a position where the PNP have got a problem, because you see JUTC, you see the fear that they're charging on JUTC, it's not realistic, you know. The bus now can run for that kind of money, you know. It will not. It can't. There is no way. Enough tidy up the PNP will have to do when they come, because the PNP is coming. But they better start explaining to the people right now. We are in a serious trouble. They'll say in a serious crisis. And them take the drill and them a dance quadrille around the drill. Thief up the money. The set of tricks and you come into that and tell people about 0%.
But
you
Marshy,
set a damn zeroologists.
They are zeroologists. But in time, God go and deal with them. Thank you for calling, Papa Marshy.
Take care, son. Auntie Claudette, stay strong, my friend.
All right, Papa Marshy.
Good.
All right, Papa Marshy. What a thingy, though. Fayval looking at the people to tell them. Nurses, Nurses and doctors. Teachers, policemen. Them say them love you. Them say they love you, right? This is Ludi them playing. Like the scammers playing with the poker box them.